What's up, everybody? Wow, wow, wow. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Get my coffee on. You guys are probably like, dude, why the fuck are you wearing a beanie? It's like the hottest summer ever. True. But where I'm at, it's been raining nonstop and my AC is blasting. I have no control over it and I'm a little chilly. And this hot coffee is magical right now. It's good to see everybody. All right. We're gonna get into all that, Granny Smith. Calm your britches. Hold on. Let me say hello, Mary Supernova. These late night chats, I don't get a lot of people, so I can actually say hi to everybody. Crystal Bray, Heather J, Pick 'em a Wedgies, Patty Whack, ET Phone Home, Jolie Wetcherman. Evening to you as well. T Adams, Super Bears, Mr. Higginbottom 1. Did I say Daisy Seed already? I think I said Daisy Seed already. Tia, Tracy Dacey, Sassy Evelyn. Here she goes. Here she goes. Perfectly Imperfect, Danny Tay, Billie Jean, Mary Scott, Bobby Pinn, Just Me. Freudian Slip, Haley M, Girl with a Dash Hound, Diane Rogers, Brandy Lynn Mitchell. If I'm saying the same name twice, I'm sorry. I apologize. No, this happened previously, but the proof was just brought to my attention. And I mean, it's funny, dude. It's just funny. These are clearly the rantings of a drunken person. And this is where it gets interesting, though, guys, because we're going to make jokes. Sure. I mean, we have to. But this is where it gets interesting, though, is do you guys remember our new friend, Ken's counseling couch, Mr. Ken Jennings? You guys remember him? Really good dude. I like him a lot so far. Expertise in existing. I like that. Soul Skin, what's up? I mean, just me. You're right. But the thing is it was a question of, okay, so what happens is this man, he gets doxxed, and as a result of him getting doxxed, he gets fired from his job, right? Now the rumor was that Critical K doxxed him, right? I wasn't sure about that, but it turns out, because I was like, because the email that he shared came from that Lisa person who is allegedly best friends with Kelly Long. And it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me because here I am thinking, oh, man, okay, so Kelly, Kelly's best friend, who obviously is representing Kelly every time she shows up somewhere. So I believe it's fair to say that Kelly can be held accountable for these things that take place. Because nobody that is speaking up for Sophie that I'm aware of or that I affiliate with for sure does anything like this. To me, that speaks volumes. To me, that absolutely speaks volumes. What's up, Jinx? I guess Jinx wants to be in the stream. So to me, that speaks volumes. Now we're gonna discuss. Yeah, I agree with you, Darcy Miller. Yes, we understand, and we can see your comments. Um, we can see your comments there. Chrissy's stiletto sleepover. Yeah, I know. I hit my mic and I muted it so that you guys wouldn't hear me cough. I apologize for that. But yeah, chances are you're asking if we can see your comments because you were probably hidden before, maybe. So just don't do anything stupid in the chat and you won't get hidden. You'll be okay. I promise. All right. So now going back to Ken, right? An interesting thing happened. So somehow Ken gets doxxed. And as a result of him being doxxed, he gets fired from his job. Someone sends his boss an email. But it also turns out that chances are phone call after phone call after phone call took place as well on top of that email. So you will see that the direct objective from Critical K was to get this man fired from his job. Absolutely, 100%. And I'm about to show proof. Right. Can y'all see that okay? Yeah, you can see that. All right. So these are all now let me do this real quick. Let me read this is Ken's email to me providing me with this because I asked him for it. And he said, see attached, timestamps of each chat are listed with the help of YouTube comment search Chrome extension, which is a nice little tool that he made me aware of. So this was kind of his fun way of showing me how cool this little feature is. And this YouTube comment search Chrome extension. He said they should be in order. And you start to see her trying to dox and call around the 3-hour mark chats. The arrow with block thing is because I had to remote into my desktop from phone to take screenshots. Feel free to share if you like. So thank you for that, Ken. I'm always interested. And so we just see just all of these comments. She's blasting this dude's chat, right? The dude is live on his channel and he just recently hit 1,000 subs, you know? So he's here. And the reason why I read that email to you guys is so you guys can understand these screenshots as well as I do. So here's Critical K doing what she does best, which is just straight online bullying. And as well as raging, as well as doxing. So this first comment says, this dude is a waste of time. He's as bad as Mike. And when she says Mike, she is referring to Michael Long. She knows that that's her little passive aggressive way of insulting him because she knows that he prefers to be called Michael. And she heard somewhere along the way, I wonder by who, that he hates being called Mike. So she just passive aggressively refers to him as Mike. This dude is a waste of time. He's as bad as Mike. The way he word salads and evades real discussion. I didn't effing threaten his job. I want to have a discussion. And then she like loses it and types some random blur crap. and then types with him because of you. Okay, so I guess she's responding to something that he said, and she's saying because of you riled them up. Sorry about that. Let's go to my channel, Ken. So of course she's fishing for content. Let's go to my channel, Ken. And she's trying to get him on her panel and try to use him for content. And she wants him on her turf because Kay likes to mute. She likes to mute. She likes to play dirty. She says, call and hit 2. Now, this is her referring to his job. I don't think these are exactly in order. Hold on. Let me see real quick. Okay. He probably just kept the phone number out. I mean, it's right here, actually. She's saying, tell Sarah to stop hanging up on me. Kenneth, the important thing to discuss is the fact that she's been kidnapped. She's referring to Sophie. Sophie has not been kidnapped. Tell Sarah to put me through to you. So she's right here calling his job. Right here, you see her. She's talking to someone at his job saying, tell Sarah, he's a therapist, so I'm guessing it's probably his assistant. And she's saying, tell Sarah to patch me through to you. You're avoiding the kidnapping. She's calling the dude's job. And trying to pick a fight with him through his job. I've never seen anyone do this online before. I've never seen anybody do this on YouTube yet. This is the first time I'm seeing this. You're avoiding the kidnapping for a reason, to deflect from Mike. Kenneth, I urge you to cooperate with the police in helping her, Sophie, back to her family. So I guess she meant to say helping get Sophie back to her family. So now she's trying to play the concerned person, you know, like Sophie is a kidnapping victim and she's with this crazed person who, which you guys saw, he was on this panel. He did not indicate anybody who is a crazed person in the slightest bit. So, you know, but what are you seeing here? You're seeing a completely and totally irrational, wild, crazy person just raging right here in a guy's chat. Kenneth, I urge you to cooperate with the police in helping and bring Sophie back to her family. You're helping Mike. So she's trying to say that he's and this is her way also of trying to justify. She already knows she's in too deep. She already knows. Critical K is not stupid in the sense that she's not aware of her actions. She knows what she's doing right now. She realizes that she got hammered drunk and then started going off in this dude's chat and realizes, shit, everybody's taking screenshots right now. So now I'm going to have to justify my actions somehow by deflecting my craziness onto him and accusing him of aiding and abetting a kidnapper, right? So she's saying right here, I'm calling the foundation. And she puts the phone number here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to a couple of these other ones. Call and hit 2. Demand Sarah patch you through to Kenneth. So what she's doing right now is she is getting the chat to call his job. She placed the phone number in the chat, and she's getting everyone in the chat. She's trying to rile everybody up and get them to call his job and basically raid his phone line at his job. And she's telling everybody, demand that Sarah patch you to Kenneth, to call and demand to know why he's helping Mike. So she's trying to get people to call his job and say, this guy is helping a kidnapper. Knowing that a professional environment such as this, because he's a mental health professional, knowing that a professional environment such as this can't have that kind of drama there, chances are they're going to just get rid of him and say, you know what, man, like whether she's lying or not lying, it's not the issue. We can't have a bunch of crazy people calling this place. And I think you know that. And that's probably why they got rid of him. And I'm quite certain that's why they got rid of him. she's admitting to somebody in the chat named Stegis that she called his foundation. Now she's attacking him saying, "You're a liar, Kenneth. You were posting directly to Judge Snipes," which I don't think is actually true. You were doing his dirty work and you're still doing it, referring to Michael. Now are you in Miami, Kenneth? Now she's trying to intimidate him by letting him know, this is classic Critical K, letting him know that she knows where he is. Basically an empty threat, basically a shell of a threat, but could have substance if she goes through with it. But whatever she plans on doing, she's not actually threatening to do anything. She's just making an ominous threat that she knows where he is and she is capable of doing something. So now she's defending herself here. The dude is a waste of time. He's as bad as Michael. The way he word salads and evades real discussion. I didn't threaten his job. I already read all that. So now she's telling everybody here the email I provided you. She blasts Ken's email in the chat. That's the email you gave. Mike, I can't wait to see you in prison. Oh, he's going to prison and I can't wait. Coward. This dude is a waste of time. He's as bad as Mike. The way he word salads, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I already read that. Tell Sarah to stop hanging up on me, blah, 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 blah. We already read all that. And then here she goes, blowing her kazoo. Journalism is getting the word out. A child has been abducted by her bipolar father. That is actually not journalism. What that is that's tabloid journalism at best. Tabloid journalism at best, because none of that is fact. None of that is actually fact. Okay? So it's really ironic that she would contradict herself in the same exact sentence. And helping the effort to find her, not continuing to exploit her. The only person that has exploited Sophie is Critical K, Katie Joy, and Limey with the T. Those are the only people that have actually exploited Sophie. What's his email? Send me a link to be on this panel. What is his email so I can speak directly to him? Shut the F up, Chatto. I didn't even know this clown existed until half an hour ago. Email sent. Yes, come discuss this on my channel. I want to see Michael in prison. Journalistic privilege, K. That's Twisted Puppet responding to her, saying journalistic privilege, K. Gabby Hay says, let Critical K on. Stegis, the Critical K. Stegis gives the Critical K Ken's email. Stegis is egging Critical K on, saying good for you, and saying have fun with that. I don't know if he's actually egging her on or being sarcastic, but okay, I never heard of her either. Shantala says, okay, I never heard of her either. It's Routson from the beginning. Now, here comes this interesting thing. Now, this is where, because this takes place prior to the email, where that actually led to his actual termination of his job, from his job. So, oh, Ken's in the house. Ken, you're welcome to come up here if you like. I would love to have you up here. So this is where this rumor spawns, right here, because this happens before the email. So she says right here, he's a pervert and doesn't care about a cease and desist. Now, what she's doing is slanderous. Now, I'm not sure if she's talking about Ken or if she's talking about Michael, but either way, there's nothing to indicate this. This is slanderous. How somebody who's currently being sued for $10 million and can't even afford an attorney in the process to defend herself is mind-blowing to me. The fact that she's going through this and then engages in this kind of behavior that results in someone getting terminated from their job, who, by the grace of God and being a very, very nice person, that he happens to be a very nice person, and his agenda is not vengeance. He's, he could very well sue her. He absolutely has grounds to sue Critical K. Now, based on the conversation I had with him on his channel, he doesn't sound like he has any intention of doing so. And good on him for being the bigger person. But I wouldn't think any less of him for a second if he did. And I don't think anybody in this chat would either. And they prove alienation by Michael. Now that's interesting right there, because there is nothing on paper from a professional that states that they concluded that Michael has alienated, has brought Sophie victim to parental alienation. I don't know why I lost my. There's nothing to indicate. There's nothing on paper that has diagnosed Sophie to be a victim of parental alienation, is the best way to word that. And right here, she straight up lies. All of the experts who examined Sophie agree that she was coached, in all caps. There's nothing to say that Sophie was coached. Literally nothing. So that's a lie right there. And then this guy was served a cease and desist to stop, in all caps, reading sensitive documents about a minor child who is not his child. It doesn't matter if he redacts at this point. Now, one thing about Critical K, for some reason, it really chaps her ass that people are defending, especially men, that people are defending Sophie and she's not related to us in any way, shape, or form. And women too. Her whole thing is, it's not your kid, so what do you care? Well, that's the problem. The problem is too many people think that way. And that's why so many kids are victimized. And so the fact that she's criticizing me for something that I'm proud of, I think is ironic and funny. And regarding the cease and desist, well, I got one of those. A bunch of people got one of those, and nobody takes it seriously. Nick Rekieta basically wiped his butt with it on his live stream, and he's an attorney. So to me, it's just comical that she's actually using that, because that cease and desist was BS. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Nobody fears it. Nobody fears anything coming from Laura Elkin in the slightest bit. Nobody does. Nobody. Laura Elkin is a joke. And she continues to say, all we need to know. God, I keep losing it. Sorry. All we need to know at this point is the court ordered Sophie be removed from ML and given to her maternal aunt. That is true, but that's not all we need to know. That's not all we need to know. The problem is that's trying to be, that's the fixation that Kelly Long's people are trying to get you to focus on and not pay attention to the rest of the other things, the other documents, the recordings. And by the way, people keep private striking my videos, which I think is funny, because it doesn't matter. Keep private striking my videos. I'll just make more. It's not like I no longer have the body cam footage of that police officer while Sophie was getting a SANE exam done. It's not like I don't have that recording of that Frisco PD officer off duty calling that police officer with the body cam and trying to intercept evidence being taken. It's not like I don't have that stuff. And it's not like I won't repost it as many times as it takes. I am going to continue doing this. It is not going to stop me. I'll just make more content. I'll just do it more carefully next time. I will put more emphasis on it next time. So, and he's abducted her to avoid that, she says. A puppet? I am sick of seeing this child exploited. Like, we're talking about somebody who built... I mean, I already proved that. I already proved what I showed a text message thread that she tried to justify, but just talked in circles. word salad, as she likes to say, and it's in plain, it's plain and simple right there in the text message thread. And I showed this, and I believe that live is still up. Now she's just harassing Ken, saying, Ken, let me up on panel and discuss this with you then. Twisted, I don't hide like a pussy. I use my real email because it's me. So send me the link to discuss the case with Ken. This guy is worthless and a total waste of time. I sent an email in all caps. Mike, you're a gaslighter, says the person screaming in text in his chat. Let me on panel. Don't be a coward. This is so funny to me. Hold on. Don't be a coward. You're the one opposed to it. You're refusing to discuss anything with anyone. I sent you an email and I'm waiting. I agree, Shinubu, whoever that is. Which branch? Tell Sarah to put me through to you. Open a panel, dude. Don't be such a coward. Why do I have to email when he could just drop a link? Puppet, stop claiming this is journalism. No, it's not. So that's all of it. That's all of it. I mean, what? Yeah, pure paranoia, dude. I don't know if you said you wanted to come up here. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. But I could totally bring you up here because nobody can explain it better than you can. Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And you know, I ain't scared of getting sued. Sue me for what? Good luck with that. Oh, okay. Got you, man. I mean, that's the thing. Dude, you have the right to have whoever the hell you want up on your panel. Like, I'm not opening my panel right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll bring you up here just because this pertains to you directly, you know? So I'm not. But yeah, you have every right to not have whoever you want on your panel, dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a bad idea, you know? It's a bad idea. And the only way, the fact that she wanted to be on your panel, and I think that she sensed, this is another thing about Critical K. She's like a shark that smells blood in the water. You know what I mean? And she's also real quick to judge. And you are a very soft-spoken, nice guy. And I felt like she saw that as a weakness, which I don't, having the conversations that I've had with you, I don't think that's a weakness at all. I think you could perfectly handle yourself, but and against her too. I think you're twice as intelligent as she is. But she wanted to be up on your panel, but the problem is I think that she counted on you not being aggressive. And she'll be aggressive to overpower you and overtalk you. These people who claim to be great debaters on YouTube, they do this all the time. When you let them on panel, and then what they do is they just talk over you and over you and over you and over you and over you, and they don't let you get one word in. And it's really funny because whoever is supporting, it's genius, because whoever's supporting that person is accusing you of doing that to them. And so it's just, yeah, it's really funny. That probably would have gotten nothing done, is my point. So you probably made the right decision to just not let her up there. And it was a smart decision too, because she was so upset that you weren't letting her up there that she had to blast your chat with all that data and evidence of her being a complete and total crazy, whacked out, vengeful monster. Let's see. Glare, I am usually very chill. The rare occasion I'm mad or angry. You don't want to see me like that. I don't like it. Yeah. I mean, I let that go one time on here, man. I let that go one time on here. And what's funny is the person kind of deserved it. I only regret doing it because I let it out. You know, that's something that I take pride in having a good lid on. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I don't. It's just it's mind blowing to me that people can, you know, they talk about gaslighting, but as long as you use your eyes, you can see. You can absolutely see from Kelly's side of things. There's a PR firm and there's lawyers that are just out bullying people, right? And then Kelly admits in the deposition, under oath, mind you, I read this last night, under oath, in a deposition, sworn testimony, that she pays a PR firm that uses YouTubers to get their message out. She openly admits to this. She tries to deny any knowledge of it, and then later on, just turns out that Michael's attorney is just much better at this than Kelly is, and decided to and was capable of making her basically admit that she is perfectly aware, or at least show that she was lying about not being aware. It was clear that she was lying. Oh yeah, she mutes at everybody, dude. And we're glad you love peckers. Good for you. Those of us with peckers are grateful. So, I mean, all you got to do is look at the actions of these people. That's all you have to do. It's not even that difficult. Like, you look at this person and she's in a small creators chat, and hopefully not for long, because I think that he can do a lot of good with his channel. YouTube definitely needs more people with professional experience in certain things that can help people. People with professional backgrounds such as his, people like Mike King and Chris McDonough and Nick Rekieta, people with professional backgrounds who know what they're talking about when it comes to questions that pertain to things like this. And so far in the Sophie case, we have not had a mental health professional with a YouTube channel give their opinions. So I think that Ken is very valuable to the community, and I'm happy to help him. And I don't have any issue with sharing things that because I mean, I've explained it before. People, I have a very strong sense of community, and I take pride in that. And he's a part of this community, and I don't think that blasting his chat and doxing him in his own chat is or doxing him anywhere is scrupulous behavior. And you know, when you look at the behavior of the people who are in support of Kelly, that should tell you everything that you need to know. That should tell you everything that you need to know. So, you know, it just, I find it ironic that she has a PR firm, and yet the people that her PR firm are using are making Kelly look even worse. It's defeating the entire purpose of paying the money for a PR firm. I hope Kelly's listening to this, because you're blowing your money. You just are. And as far as, I mean, I you know, yes, I have questionable. I have questions in my own mind regarding Michael's choices in the way that he's gone about things. But he's aware of this. We've talked about this. I don't exactly agree with his methods, but I also do not think that his methods are, at the moment, putting anyone in danger, at least not yet. And I don't believe that it's coming from any place other than wanting to protect his child. Yesterday, I shared an old text message thread between Sophie and Michael where she was talking about how scared she was. And there's things that I just keep thinking about, things that just don't add up, that I just keep thinking about. You don't think? I mean, okay. Let's look at it like this. If Sophie was coached, okay. If Sophie was coached, it had to have been done thoroughly and elaborately, okay? Because she is killing it right now with consistency in her story, right? Now, before I continue this point, I want to say we went over in the deposition, I went over the fact that Kelly did not even bother to take Sophie to the doctor when Sophie complained about having pains, and she used a very, very, disturbing metaphor to describe her pain. Kelly admits that it was a disturbing metaphor. Kelly admits that it was that it was unnerving, and yet Kelly doesn't take her to the doctor. 3 or 4 days go by, according to Kelly's testimony, before she drops her off to Michael so Michael can take her for the summer. And she doesn't communicate the pain even to Michael. She doesn't communicate any concern. She admits to not even having any concern that she may have been assaulted in some way, shape, or form. This doesn't come to her mind at all. Of course, when she's in the care of Michael, as soon as she's in the care of Michael, she tells her, Michael does the first thing that a parent should do is he takes her to the doctor. So we know that she's not just making up the pain, right? Question is, some people were questioning all this time with this deposition proved that was wrong. But people questioned this entire time. People said, well, oh, how convenient that all of a sudden she has this pain as soon as she gets in Michael's care. Well, no, Kelly admits that she complained about the pain before she even left her with Michael. So to me, that's very telling. To me, it's also very telling that they take her to get a SANE exam done, and she shows signs of an STD. And I realize people are like, well, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was an STD. Dude, come on. You've got the claims of SA. You've got the complaining of pain to Kelly before she even goes with Michael for the summer. And then you've got symptoms of venereal diseases. I'm sorry, but, how can that possibly be just coincidental? How can that possibly just be coincidental? It makes no sense. And so you've got this man who believes his daughter. He believes his daughter. And for some reason, the court is denying him. The court all of a sudden is they're eating lunch together, they're hanging out together, they get together, they have drinks. All these officers of the court who are supposed to be on neutral sides, and you're going to tell me they're not discussing this case at all on their free time? That this Stephanie person admits that they spend together, that they're all friends. In her words, we're all friends, yeah. And then he's deemed by the court dangerous. Yet this deposition, for some reason, this deposition holds no water in this case anymore, for God knows what reason. The 911 calls Kelly made, the fact that she broke the order and the gag order, by the way, which she admits. She breaks the gag order as well as the order of Jake not being allowed around the kids. And breaking this order directly resulted in one of the kids being seriously injured. The exact thing that order was designed to avoid. Yet no contempt of court. So not only does she not get a contempt of court, she files a motion to have Jake's the Jake thing lifted, and then she files another motion to have Michael thrown in jail without a jury trial. And he files a motion for a jury trial. He does misfile it, but supposedly that's not supposed to be a big deal. But I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But they deny him the right to a jury trial. And people are wondering why he's not turning himself in. Because he's going to get thrown in jail. And while he's in jail, his daughter is going to go, and God knows what is going to happen to her. And they're calling this man a kidnapper. Yet you see her posing in pictures in the Daily Mail, happy as can be. And even in the Daily Mail, it says that she's happy. It's the reporter's observation that Sophie's happy. I mean, and I agree, Sweet Crazy, he can't. I agree. When it gets to the point, and I've been very vocal about this, when it gets to the point, when it gets to the point where there is an Amber Alert for Sophie and the police are going to are planning on taking Michael by force, well, that's where my support ends, because that puts Sophie in direct danger. That, I believe, puts Sophie in danger, and I cannot support that. D Nice, you heard wrong, because it was yesterday. Technically, it's been over for at least an hour. Managed to completely avoid it. Stayed under the radar, baby. A couple of people posted on Facebook, and I'm just like, shut up. But, you know. I mean, guys, like, the whole, like, everything's in your face. I'm showing you everything you need to see. I'm showing you everything you need to see. I mean, this is the kind of person that Kelly Long is paying someone to choose to speak on her behalf. Someone who harasses people and tells lies about them and gets them fired from their job. Someone who has a job where he helps people. Someone with a noble job, a noble profession. Someone who got up one day and said, you know what I want to do? I want to help people. I feel like I have an insight to human emotion, and I want to help people. I want to use that and help people with it. And I'm going to bust my ass. I'm going to go to school and I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to do everything I got to do. And I'm going to get a practice going. I mean, this guy did it all. And then you're just going to go and like take it away. Like, because you're angry, because you want to tell lies, because you think it's going to make good content for your channel. I mean, that's the kind of person Critical K supporters support. I don't know if she's paying K. I mean, I've never known K to do anything for free, but I don't know if she's actually paying her. But she's definitely feeding her content to where she is capitalizing from it. Absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of green. Like, she loves it. She's always begging people for money. Always. Every live stream, she panhandles. It's pathetic to watch. Because they're cowards and they're malicious. That's why. You attract, dude, the kind of creator you are attracts the type of subscriber. It's the laws of attraction. It's just the way it is. They encourage it. She has people do the shit for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to think the same way. I used to get mad, dude. I used to get mad. Like last year when we were like in the biggest like heat of all this, I used to get so mad because I was friends with her before. So like, I guess I was still in shock. And I was just like, how are you this horrible? How was I talking to somebody on a regular basis who was this horrible and I didn't see it? I sensed it. I just didn't want to believe it. It's my own fault. I sensed it. I saw it there. But I didn't see anything to this degree. They are, dude. Listen, for those of you that are new to this channel, okay, I'm gonna let you guys in on what I think of birthdays. Okay, grown ass people, dude, grown ups who sit there and they're like, "It's my birthday. Do I get a discount? It's my birthday." I hate all of you that do that. All of you. I hate you all that do that. I can't stand it. I can't stand you. None of y'all. Like, even when I was a kid, like, and I've told this story a bunch. I've explained this to people a few times on this channel, but I know that there's some new people here. So I'll explain it to you. First of all, like, to me, birthdays for a grown-up and expecting something like, oh my God, it's my birthday, and you want special treatment because it's your birthday. Like, dude, okay, great. It's your birthday. So we're celebrating the fact that you have the very one thing in common that you have with literally every other person on this entire planet. The one thing that doesn't make you special. And you want some sort of praise for it? You, congratulations, you were born just like all the rest of us. Ooh, right? Like, what about, I mean, look, we all poop, right? How about, why don't we celebrate first poop day, right? While we're at it, first poop day. Can I get some presents to celebrate the first day I took a dump? I mean, we all do it, right? It's special, right? I mean, like, that's just how I see it. I don't see the distinction, honestly. I don't see the distinction at all. I think it's silly. I think it's ridiculous. Like, when I was a kid, I was grossed out. Like I'd go to somebody's birthday party, I'd go to somebody's birthday party, and I'm not even a germaphobe, right? But I go to somebody's birthday party and they have this weird tradition where where they everybody sings the worst song ever written in the history of songs ever in existence. I can't stand the happy birthday song. I cannot stand it. I feel like it's one of the shortest songs that feels like it takes forever. It's the most awkward thing to sit there through, in my opinion. And it feels so obligated. There's no soul behind this song. None. Right? And everybody's singing along to it. And you're just, right? And okay, well, then my mom should get a present, Susan. Then my mom should get a present. You know what I'm saying? Not me. My mom should get the present. Why is my mom giving me money if I'm a kid growing up? Dude, the Beatles have a birthday song and Stevie Wonder has a birthday song. Nobody sings those birthday songs. Nobody does that. They sing the stupid played out one that has no soul at all. And then you got to watch some snot-nosed, disgusting, sick kid germ machine blow and spit all over the cake to get the candles out. It's gross, dude. And then I got to eat it and not be rude. That's the most disgusting tradition, dude. It's the most disgusting tradition, dude. Like, I gotta, it's so awkward because I want to be like, nah, I'm good on the cake. I'm good on the cake. But I can't because it's rude if I don't eat a piece of the cake because the mom or the dad spend money on the cake. But your snot-nosed, disgusting, sick kid just blew COVID and God knows what else all over my goddamn lunch. I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. So I don't like birthdays. I think birthdays are stupid. I just think they're stupid. So, and speaking of poop, what is happening right now? Okay, so lately I have the ID channel all the time. All the time. It's just nonstop true crime documentaries, nonstop. Some good, some not so good. But and they're always embellished, like there's always some narrator that just, you know what I mean? There's always some narrator that just lays it on really, really, really thick. The two of them formed a bond. Unfortunately, it was a bond in blood. And I'm just like, come on, man. I was really into that. You just blew it. So, but okay, so if you watch ID channel all the time, you have seen this commercial. What is with the women going, I don't even know what the commercial is for. I was sitting there looking at my phone and I was like, and they're going, I'm a woman and I love to poop. And it's just a bunch of women, one of them's on the shitter, looking at the camera I love to poop. And I'm just, it's like, what am I looking at? And I think it's kind of sexist, like men don't poop. What if there was a commercial where dudes switch roles? What if there was a commercial with dudes that were sitting on the toilet going, I love to poop? Women would be like, oh my God, that's so disgusting. What the hell? Who okayed that? That's disgusting. But now for some reason it's empowering for women to poop. You've been doing it forever. What are you talking about? Listen, I'm all about empowering women. I am. I'm all about it. Okay, but pooping? That's the avenue you chose to go down for empowering women. You know what I mean? It's kind of, Dude, I don't love to poop either. I don't. I mean, it's you got to do it. But I mean, I was like watching this and I was like, that's a real commercial, dude. Like, what is happening with the world right now? What is happening with the world right now? Like, that's not empowering to women at all. It's not degrading, you know? I mean, but it's just like, what are you doing? like, like we're think about the marketing. Think about the marketing strategy on that. Like a bunch of dudes and women. Because I bet you it was a man's idea. I bet you it was a man's idea. I bet you anything. I want to believe it. Just a troll of a dude who somehow sold it to everybody, and he's this this marketing executive, and he's like, okay, check it out. He's got like a whole storyboard, and he's like, and then we've got the middle-aged woman sitting on the throne because she is a queen. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's clapping. Oh, wonderful presentation. Wonderful presentation. I can't, like, it's ridiculous, dude. What is happening with the world right now? Blowing my mind. So, look at Jinxie. Jinxie's like spread out, bro. That's how he sleeps. Like, hangs out with me all the time. I love it. Yeah, dude, that's what there's no place like home to poop. It's so funny to me, dude. The world is going crazy. The world's going crazy, dude. Well, see, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's a useful tool in potty training your kids. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have kids running around in diapers for the rest of their lives. That's expensive. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. That's not the reason why. Dude, it's crazy to me, dude. It's crazy to me. Dude, some of y'all are locked up, man. I'm not locked up. I'm not locked up. Dude, we don't like what's funny is I'm in Tennessee. We're watching the rest of the world and we're just like sucks to be them. We don't have any COVID spikes, nothing. We're just like chilling, dude. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm doing that again. I'm going to the gym every day. It's fantastic. We're looking at the rest of the world going, man, that sucks, dude. Hope you guys get through it. No, BTU. There's Panda, there's Leo, there's Coda, there's Jolene, there's Jinx, there's Gabby, there's Stony. And I think that's it. Yeah, I heard y'all in Australia, and welcome, man. I'm glad you're here. I miss my Aussie people. Um, yeah, I heard you guys were like on full on lockdown. And I heard New Zealand, I just heard this from somebody that New Zealand has one COVID case and everything's locked down because of one COVID case. They have one COVID case and everything's locked down. Good night, Louisiana girl. Yo, and how about Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yo, so check this out. So, uh, I follow Arnold Schwarzenegger on Instagram, and and yo, I just got curious because he posted something. He posts these little short videos a lot, and he posted one like today, and I got curious, and I was like, let me just look at the comments, dude. Like, he's not getting any love. He's not getting any love. Like, Arnold slipped, man. You can't say wear your mask and screw your freedom. You can't say that, dude. Like, and that's messed up because he had a lot of like right support. You know what I mean? And me, I lean more towards libertarian than anything else, right? But I if Arnold could have ran for president, I would have voted for him. If Arnold could have ran for president, I would have voted for him. But dude, you can't say screw your freedom like that. You can't do that. Man, the comments were going off on him, dude. Like, the whole country's turned on him. And especially, dude, with what Biden just pulled. Scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. Dude, everybody's messing up with COVID. No, and I love how Cuomo's resigning because of the sexual allegations charge, which is great. He needs to be booted out of there. What he needs is charges brought up on him, like genocide charges. The way all the elderly died under his watch, and the way that he handled things. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about politics to debate anybody. I just know what I see as a very average-minded American, blue collar guy. I just know what I see, and you look at cause and effect. You know, you look at the cause. You look at the effect of what's going on in Afghanistan right now, like the result, like what's happening, and you cannot deny that the cause was what Biden did. So it just is what it is. Sorry. You know what I mean? I mean, right. Yeah. I mean, things are getting weird, man. Things are getting real weird. They were already getting weird, but things are going to get ugly. Things are going to get real ugly because people are not standing for this anymore. People are sick of the misinformation. Uh People are sick of, I mean, you don't like, I saw a meme where there was a nurse giving someone the vaccine. They were like, "Oh, so this will make me immune, right?" And then the nurse is like, "No, you could still get it. What am I getting the vaccine for?" You know what I mean? So, so people have a right to be upset about this. Um, it's just there's not a straight answer for anything. And nothing is, and now they require a booster every 8 months. Wow. Yeah, that's because they were experimental. How, let me ask you something. How can you make a vaccine for a virus that you don't fully understand yet? How can you possibly do that? That makes no sense to me. How can there possibly be a vaccine for a virus that nobody actually fully understands yet? Good answer, Mrs. R&B, because you can't. Well, that's convenient, right? The problem is you can be asymptomatic even if you have been vaccinated, so you can still spread it to other people. Oh, well, that makes it okay. No, man, there's no logic behind that. There's no logic behind that. So what the hell's the point of the vaccine? See, that is the problem right there. There's something behind what you're saying, and you don't even realize it right now. I'm not attacking you. I'm going to use this comment to point something out. Sorry, but you're the one who made the comment. But Tanya Martin is saying, I think we're in trouble. The people ruling us clearly have no clue what they're doing. Now, that is, in my personal opinion, where the problem lies, is the mentality behind that statement. Now, it's a perfectly innocent statement, and it's not even a stupid statement. It's not. This is not an attack on you, Tanya Martin. I want to be clear about something, but I will say that the mentality behind that statement is the problem. I think we're in trouble. The people ruling us clearly have no clue what they're doing. Nobody rules me. Nobody does. That's what makes me an American. Nobody rules me. So if you have an attitude like you need to be ruled, well, guess what? Somebody's going to come along and rule you. And it will be your government if you expect your government to do so. And then you're going to be shocked and surprised when you don't have any freedoms left. Your freedom is yours. And unfortunately, it's something that's so precious, somebody's always going to want. And since somebody's always going to want it in some way, shape, or form, you're always going to have to fight for it. That's the fact. There's no escaping that. I mean, yeah, dude, like we need a president with backbone, man. Like it's like we only have the choice between a president with a backbone or a president with common sense. But like we're lacking the latter in both of our choices in the last election. You know what I mean? We're just lacking the latter, you know? Like it's disappointing. Like, and why were those my only two choices, man? That made me really upset. It's plain un-American. It's plain un-American just to have those two as my choices. I didn't have any say over that. It's like, no. But the problem is we just accept these things because they're presented to us. We go, oh, well, those are our choices. Okay, I'm going to pick one. No, dude, like exercise your right and say, no, that's not good enough. I want somebody better. I mean, that's absolutely your right as an American, but you have to collectively do it. You have to see yourself as part of a people. That's the only way. Yeah, the two-party system just doesn't work, man. And again, I'm not, I'm not an intellectual. I don't have a college education or anything like that. I don't know anything about politics, really. I just know what I'm seeing, and I know my basic third grade social studies. You know what I mean? And I know what it means to be an American. All you got to do is pass the third grade to know what it means to be an American. That's all you got to do. Right. Like, because they don't want you to have the attitude of, oh, well, because nobody gets rich that way. So they don't want you to have the attitude of well, no, like we want this person because we think that they're not looking for anything to benefit themselves other than being a good American and leading us to be a flourishing country. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like that. Voting for somebody based on that isn't even a choice anymore. When did that stop being a choice? Because there were times. Now, at least they were better at lying about it. There were times. JFK came off like that guy. You know what I mean? Ronald Reagan came off like that guy. Not talking about Democrat, Republican, whatever. I'm telling you. I mean, this was our standard for presidents. We were going through a rough time, and then we thought, no, we want somebody who is smart and has balls. And this day and age, I even mean that just metaphorically, man. Like any woman, you know who I like? I don't like her I don't agree with her politics a lot. I agree with what she thinks means to be an American, but I don't like her overright, Christian values. That's a little too much. But I mean, I'm okay with it to a certain degree. Like I'm willing to live with it, but I like Candace Owens. I like Candace Owens a lot. I think she's incredibly intelligent, incredibly well-spoken, and has great leadership qualities. And I'd like to see, if I have to vote left or right, then, yeah, I would absolutely vote for Candace Owens. But, we'll see. I mean, the fact that it's like her versus AOC, it's not even a choice. Yeah, yeah, and she can debate like she's like a machine gun, man, spitting out facts. But yeah, she's a little too far to the right for me on certain things, you know. Uh, like I am pro-choice, you know, but at the same time, like how can I argue with a woman who's not? You know what I mean? The reason why I'm pro-choice is because I don't believe that I have any say over what a woman should do with her body. I don't think any man should have any choice or any say over what a woman should be doing with her body. You don't know what it's like to be a woman. I acknowledge the fact that I have no idea what it's like to be a woman, so I won't presume to form opinions on what a woman should be doing with her own body. And that's the reason why I'm pro-choice. No other reason other than that. I mean, and that's okay if you are, you know. Um, I have some. For the most part, I lean to the right economically, and I lean to the left socially. I'm more of a just I don't care what you do. You know what I mean? That's my whole thing. It's not you should be doing this or you should be doing that. It's I just don't care. I don't care if you smoke weed. I don't care if you marry your buddy who is the same sex as you. I don't care if you want to call yourself and identify yourself as whatever you want. It does not affect me in the slightest bit. So I don't care what you do. And I'm perfectly, and I would absolutely fight for your right to be able to make those choices. Absolutely. That's how I feel about social issues like that. More or less. That's putting it too black and white, but more or less, yeah, as far as I am. which is basically exactly what I just said. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's none of my business, dude. Now, if it's my kid, I feel like I have a right that we should talk about it, you know? But at the end of the day, it's still her choice. You know what I mean? I feel like you should at least entertain me with a conversation. You should at least let me state my case as to why you should keep our child, you know, if we're disagreeing on whether or not to keep this child. I feel like I should have some sort of say, more or less, but not ultimately. I don't think I should have any say. So, right. Caleb, I agree. That's why I like Candace Owens. I'm just like, she'll say certain things and I'll be like, but then most of the time I'm like, yeah, get him, you know? So I really like Candace Owens. And her tweets are just like hardcore. Like if you read her tweets, she's just like not sugarcoating anything. The stuff she's saying about Biden lately is just like, what? Okay, she's mad. She's mad. But I mean, most of us are, you know, most of us are really mad about what's going on in Afghanistan right now. That's crazy. Like, I love the people that are just like, America's so bad. America's so bad. Like, really? Really? It's so horrible to be an American that like people are literally like holding on to airplane wings for the chance to make it over here and not be in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, like they're falling out of the sky because they were holding on to airplane wings, jet wings. Like, it's insane. People are selling their daughters to spare their own lives as wives. 12, 13 years old. Here, marry my daughter if you spare my life. That's what's going on over there right now. And then, you know, Biden's going to do this. He's going to hold a press conference and not take any questions from the press. Like, why didn't you just address the nation from the Oval Office? Why hold a press conference and have all those reporters out and you're not going to like take one question? Like, what? And then end the speech with I'm the president and the buck stops here. Basically my way or the highway. I like the Hodge twins too. They're funny. They make me laugh quite a bit. Uh That's a good point. He's not allowed to answer questions. Yeah, like he read off a teleprompter and wouldn't take any questions from the press and says, I'm the president. The buck stops here. I made my decision and I'm not apologizing for it. You know, like you don't have anybody to apologize for that. No families. What about the diplomats that you left behind that are stuck at the airport? What about the Benghazi all over again that's about to happen? No, nothing. Okay. That's quite possible too. That's quite possible too. He probably forgot that he was supposed to take questions. Probably walked off and was like, damn it. It'll look stupid if I go back. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. See, that's the problem. See, if you use your brain, you'd know that that's not what I was laughing at. I was laughing at the absurdity behind people saying that America is such a horrible place. Okay? So you shouldn't even have to ask me questions like that. Like, if you used common sense and you weren't just some troll trying to find something to criticize someone for, then you'd know exactly what. You don't see anybody else asking and questioning that here in the chat, do you? No, because they understand. Do I think women pooping is funny? Yeah. Yes, I do. Sue me. Let's see. If America was such a terrible country, then people wouldn't be clinging to airplane wheels. Right. That was exactly my point. That was exactly my point. Dude, I don't even know who. Yeah, I know who that is, but why are people bringing her up in my chat right now? Is there something I should know about her content? Because I don't watch her content. Dude, it's so late, and Cherry K's in England, so yeah, this is a late night stream. I'm surprised so many people are in here. I didn't expect as many people to be in here. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, Caleb's great. I mean, that's the thing. You got to understand. I mean, I have theories about that. This is like you're sitting here, people are like, "Oh, well, the pipeline is bad for the environment, blah 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 blah, and that's the reason for it." And this and that, but I don't see it that way. What about the possibility that if the less money that you make independently makes you more dependent on money that they'll provide to you, which will make you dependent on your government, more dependent on your government, making this no longer a free country to you. Freedom comes with responsibility, people. There's no way of escaping that. You can't have freedom without independence. And you can't have independence without putting in some work to support yourself. Knowing that nobody's going to do it for you, you got to do it. That attitude is the only way to actually be independent and the only way to actually be free. So the more you depend on your government, the less free you are. Like, it's really simple. I don't understand why people don't, and then it's like people don't want to be free. People are like, I get to be lazy. Great. What's up, Aaron? Aaron's in the house. Yeah, this turned political, Aaron. This, which it wasn't supposed to, but now I'm just kind of hanging out a little bit. It's late. I'm wired on coffee, so. What do I think we should do about it? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it now. First of all, that's not exactly my area of expertise, if you hadn't noticed. But secondly, I mean, I know that we shouldn't have. I don't think we should have been over there in the first place. And if we would have been, it should have been there and not Iraq. If the reason was 9/11, so why we ended up in Iraq made no sense at all, which was proven later. And and then it's really ridiculous because there was an agreed date. There was an agreed upon date between Trump and Biden on when they were going to pull troops out of Afghanistan. That was a deadline. So I imagine that there was supposed to be a plan in place to gradually get everybody out, get all the troops out. But what happens is I suspect Biden just didn't want to do anything. His whole thing is, it's not what I'm going to do. It's I'm going to do everything opposite of what Trump would do. That's the basis of his entire presidency. It's the basis of his entire campaign before he got elected, was I'm just going to do everything that Trump won't do, and I'm going to undo everything Trump does. Everything's anti-Trump, not pro-America, just anti-Trump, which I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not a Trump fan either, but you got to do better than that. You know what I mean? You got to do better than that. And then next thing you know, I think it was May 1st or something like that they were supposed to pull the troops out by. And then he just lets that expire. And what's interesting about that is at the time, there was still an Afghan president. So if they would have pulled the troops out, it would have been their problem. They would have still had a country. But right now, they don't have a country at all. Now it's just Taliban, So what the hell was he thinking? He should have pulled them out while they still had a president in place. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anyway. Yeah, it was the most childish. That was the most childish election I've ever seen in my life. I was watching those debates and I was ashamed to be an American. I was ashamed of it. I was like, this is come on. These two clowns, they can't even talk to each other. They can't even have a discussion. Telling each other to shut up, calling each other names. I was just like, you guys are representing the entire country. The whole world is watching the two of you right now acting like this. That's what everybody was saying. A lot of people were saying that about both Biden and Trump, Joy. There is no one else. There is, I liked shit, I can't even remember her name now. That's because she's so unfortunately insignificant. And I can't even remember her name now, and I liked her. It's on the tip of my tongue too. Yeah, the world was definitely laughing. No, not Hillary. No. No, I didn't like Hillary. I don't like Hillary. No, I don't like Elizabeth Warren either. No. God. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Why can't I think of her name now? She was the Libertarian candidate. And before that, I liked Gary Johnson. I liked Gary Johnson, but I liked his running mate better. I liked Bill Weld better. And then Bill Weld turned conservative, became a conservative candidate. And he didn't stand a chance. There was no way. Trump's a rock star. No, not Jill Stein. Not Marianne Williams. Joe Jorgensen. Joe Jorgensen. Mrs. R&B said typed it as soon as I said it too. Joe Jorgensen. Yeah, I liked her. Dude, when you keep things so simple, when it's so simple where you're just like, listen, all I want to do is keep the government out of your pockets and out of your bedroom. That's it. Like those are magic words to me. I love that. When you say, I want to keep the government out of your pockets and out of your bedroom, man, I'm like, that's music to my ears. That's music to my ears. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for me, man. I'm beat, tired, but I'm kind of wired on coffee now, so I'm probably just going to watch a little TV. Probably watch some ID channel, watch some lady pooping commercials. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Had a great time tonight. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.